Hit that notification button so don't get to share this video with your fellow veterans. Good evening, everyone. My name is Dwayne Kimball, owner and founder of KMD89 VA Claims Consulting, United States Army veteran, and retired VA rating specialist. I'd like to welcome everyone tonight and thank you for joining the live Q&A that I do here on the first Wednesday of every month from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. Tonight, I want to take the time, a quick moment to thank everyone that has purchased the book. Thank you for the support. I truly appreciate it. And also thank you for the support to the channel. Now, before we get into it, just want to make sure everybody can hear me. Give me a thumbs up. Before I get into the Q&A, there are some updates that I want to cover with everyone before we move into the Q&A, okay? All right. So, number one, been getting a lot of rude and disparaging comments, which I'm okay with. But I watched a video of another gentleman that educates veterans on the VA claims process, and he responded to someone. And normally I don't respond. But tonight I want to, and I am going to respond. Someone left a comment saying, hey, my book is a scam. Okay. This is my book. Okay. It's not a scam. People are not paying for it, and the book is not showing up. Okay. If you Google my business, people are leaving comments saying, Dwayne, I got the signed copy. Thank you. I read it. Good information. I've talked to people during the consults, said the same thing. So if you're new to my channel, this book is not a scam. It's actually one of the best sellers on Amazon. Okay. So if you purchase it, you will receive it unless there's something going on in the mail. If you order it through my website, feel free. You could send me a message through there. People actually say, hey, Dwayne, have you mailed my book out? And I'm like, no, not yet. Can I update the address? And I update it and they get it. Okay. So it is not a scam. I did leave a link earlier, and I'll leave it again, where you could purchase the book through my website, Shopify store, and you'll get a signed copy. Another, I'll just say, disrespectful comment. People are saying, don't pay for educational services. Okay. So what I want to address that with is, this is your money. I will never tell somebody where to spend or not spend their money. Okay. It is totally up to you. I'm not going to scam someone. I've talked to several veterans, the 4.5 years I had my business, and what they needed, we didn't provide. So I wasn't going to bring them on as clients and waste their time. Okay. For those of you that are clients, if you are on here, hey, leave something in the comment and let people know. If you went through one of my training sessions, leave a comment and let people know what you thought about those. Okay. So I just wanted to address that. A lot of people saying, oh, don't pay for this. Yeah. And I tell people there are free services out there. You have some good attorneys. I've actually done a video just recently. You got some good attorneys that may or may not do it for free. A lot of them only work on a high level review because they get that 20%. There's VSOs out there that work for VSO organizations. They're paid to do it for free. You got claims agents that are paid to do it for free. Not paid, but they do it for free. But on a high level review, they get 20%. You, at the end of the day, you have a choice of where you want to spend your money. Okay. Love to have you as a client. If one of our services that you're looking for that we can provide, but if not, hey, I get it. So no harm, no foul, but I just wanted to address that. Okay. Because a lot of people, they'll say, oh, Dwayne, he don't know what he's talking about. He don't know what he's doing. I used to rate. I rated for years. Okay. So I do know what I'm doing. A lot of times when I first started my business, I didn't say what I did, but then I started to because people were telling me I don't know what I'm talking about. If you read some of the comments that people left my business from being clients, majority of them are positive. I think I got out of 135 reviews, I got one star, and which was, in my opinion, bogus. But anyway, I just wanted to cover that off. All right. Now, company updates. I've changed some things around. Don't know if you've been to the website. So right now we have discontinued all consultations. Okay. We're not doing any more free 15-minute consultations. What we're going to start doing is having weekly webinars, about 45, 50 minutes. And we are only going to be discussing the services that KMD 89 VA Claims Consulting provides. This is the only time that I will be doing Q&As, where I'll be taking your questions as it pertains to the VA claims process. Also, if you hadn't signed up, we're doing our last veteran roundtable the end of this month, the third Thursday of this month, and we'll post a link. Okay, so you'll have it and you can sign up. Other than that, go to our website, sign up for our newsletter. You'll receive a newsletter of the upcoming dates of the live webinars. Again, those webinars are to discuss each educational service. Sorry, I almost had to sneeze. That we will provide, or that we do provide. And if you attended our virtual event, I'm so sorry. I'm trying not to sneeze. If you attended our event in July, we talked about some of those services. Okay, so we're going to be going over those in the weekly webinars. It's not a Q&A on the claims process. Okay. Oh, talked about that. Bi-weekly. Okay. And then no other, not the roundtables. Okay. I'm trying not to sneeze. I just was out watching my son shoot free throws, and I don't know what my allergies are starting to act up. Okay. But so that being said, we're going to go ahead and get into some Q&A. All right. All right, Jamie Gonzalez. I do remember seeing your picture. You leave me a lot of comments on YouTube. Definitely appreciate it. You state, I have a head injury in service. Can I claim migraines directly to service, or will I need a Nexus? I also have mental and tinnitus. Thank you for all that you do. Definitely appreciate that, Jamie, and the support. I do recognize your picture from a lot of your YouTube comments. So again, thank you for the support to the channel. If I have questions for you, Jamie, are you service connected for TBI? If so, TBI and tinnitus is a common, I'm sorry, not TBI, but migraines and tinnitus are common complications of a TBI. Okay. So if you do have a TBI, you can claim those two secondary to your service connected TBI if you are service connected for it. Okay. The mental, where's the link? Where under the 5 ways of service connection, where does it fall? Okay. So as it pertains to what you want to claim, Jamie, 1, are you service connected for a TBI? 2, if not, where does those three conditions fall under the 5 ways of service connection? Okay. All right. One other thing I want to cover off. Okay. On our website, there's educational service, and we named it the customized educational packet. I just updated the description. Is on our website. A lot of veterans, they're looking for medical or mental health professionals to complete DBQs and Nexus statements. Okay. If that's something that you need, a DBQ and or Nexus statement, and you become a client, you get access to medical professionals, they will do the DBQ and Nexus statement. Their fees are separate. Okay. Now, you will need your VBA claims folder. If you don't have it, I'm not going to give you access to them because they have to state on that DBQ that they review your VBA claims folder. So they have to have access to the same evidence that the VA CMP examiner, okay, at the CMP exam, they have to have the same access to that evidence to review it. Okay. So if there's something that you need, sleep apnea, secondary PTSD, increase in migraines, if you have that VBA claims folder and you opt in for the customized educational packet, you get access. Okay. Now, I will be going a little bit deeper into that during those live webinars when I explain exactly what we do. Okay. Robert, keep up the good work. I'm trying to get my brother to check you out and get some of the great information you are providing. Thank you, Robert. I definitely appreciate it. Robert, you gave me some good news, I believe, on the YouTube comment, if I'm not mistaken. So I'll just say congratulations. I think I'm looking at your picture and I remember Jamie, but I'm thinking you did leave me some good news. If so, congratulations. Yeah, have your brother come check us out. Chris, I need assistance with a supplemental claim. What can I submit? And can I file more than one claim at a time? Yes, you can file more than one claim at a time. And as I tell people, if you're submitting a VA Form 21-526CZ, a VA Form 20-0995, which is a supplemental, or a VA Form 20-0996, high level review disagreement, read the instructions. They tell you exactly what it is and what you need. So, Chris, main thing, if you're submitting a supplemental claim, you need new and relevant evidence. New and relevant evidence. And it explains it on that 0995. Those forms have instructions. Veterans, we have to read, because if you don't, you can get yourself in a lot of trouble, meaning if you don't submit the correct stuff, you go to the end of the line, and that is a long line. Okay. Expect no love. I had my CMP exam for PACT claim for allergic rhinitis. Let's see, allergic rhinitis. Oh, just lost it there. Allergic rhinitis and chronic sinusitis. I submitted evidence of both diagnoses with evidence of a multiple procedure surgery in sinusitis and x-ray with polyps. What do you think my rating should be with the previous text I sent? I don't know. You know why? Because the criteria, you didn't give me all the criteria for the, I know with polyps for allergic rhinitis, I want to say it's 30%. I would have to look. Or is that obstruction? I don't have it memorized, expect no love. I know where to go and find it. But I know with allergic rhinitis, they talk about obstruction on one side, or complete obstruction on one side, or obstruction on both sides. With or without polyps is 10 or 30%. The sinusitis, I think it goes up to 60%. And there's several different criteria that you can meet under those different percentages. I just don't know them by heart. Okay. I know where to go and find them. I just don't know them by heart. Thank you for the donation. Expect no love. I definitely appreciate that. Okay, Donald, I filed for secondary conditions and was approved for one while three were deferred. What does that process, who does that process work? How does that process work? I have a video on my YouTube channel where I explain deferred issues. You have to go back to the rating decision, and you have to look to see why they deferred those issues. Now, raters today, they do it different than when I did it. If I deferred an issue, I told you exactly why. I've deferred whatever conditions I'm deferring for a CMP exam to obtain a medical opinion and rationale. Some raters today, they just say deferred for a medical exam. And you're like, or deferred for further development. They don't go into detail. They don't have to, but they should. Okay. So I can't, you have to go back to the rating decision to see, okay, why exactly they deferred those issues. And hopefully they gave a detailed description. Okay. So I'm doing again, I'm put a link in the comment section, and this is for the live Zoom Q&A, the third Thursday of this month. Okay. So that's in there if you want to sign up for it. Okay. Expect No Love says yes, is ready. Okay. We got Toby runs a lot. Hello, folks. You ready? Okay. All right. Welcome, sir. Hope you understood my question. Yeah, again, you have to go to that diagnostic code criteria and pull that up to see where you fall, what percentage you feel you fall under. Okay. Annette Baker, thank you for the support, the donation. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you. Kenneth, good morning from the Philippines. Okay, where you at, Kenneth, in the Philippines? Yes, there are many vets here, and we get some care from Manila VA OPC. How is that? I get a lot of, Kenneth, if you could leave a comment like, how did you go about getting set up to get treatment at the VA in Manila? A lot of veterans ask me how it's done. I don't know. I never lived overseas as a veteran. I was stationed overseas on active duty, but it's different. So if you could let people know, how did you get set up? Where did you go in Manila? The outpatient clinic, was it hard? Was it easy? What evidence did you need? Because I get asked that, and Kenneth, I cannot answer because I never lived in the Philippines. Okay. Annette Baker, Dwayne, thanks for all the work that you do for us vets. Let's get the thumbs up. Yep. Got 114 people. Someone let me know how many likes we have. For radiculopathy increase, what should I submit? All right. If you're service connected for any condition, you need to keep that claims folder. You can see mine right there. Okay. That has all my rating decisions, CMP exams, and a lot of vets do not read the rating decision. They get service connected. They look, how much am I getting paid? And that's it. In that rating decision, they have to tell you the requirements or the criteria for the next higher condition that they didn't assign. So when you read the criteria, you know what to submit. So if they're saying, hey, you need a bronchodilator or something, if you need that, you got to have evidence showing that you have that. Okay. So when you get these rating decisions, and even my book, I share with you the first page of what a notification letter looks like. Also in the book, I show you a picture of the first page of the rating decision. You have to understand what the VA is sending you. So when I'm talking or you're talking to someone, you know what a notification looks like. You know what a rating decision looks like. You know where to go to that rating decision to see what is the deferred issues. You know how to go to that rating decision and see, oh, they gave me 20% for radiculopathy, but they're saying I didn't meet the 40% criteria because I didn't have this, this, and this. So that's where you can go and find out the evidence that you need. And you can go to the diagnostic code criteria and find it there as well. Okay. Good question. Hi, I'm from Ohio. I was about to say Oklahoma. I'm sorry. Praying God bless Gregory. Thank you. I bought your book, Pamela. Thank you. When you read it, go out to Amazon, leave a review, let people know what you thought. Okay. Getting a lot of good reviews from it. Donald Allen. Okay, hi from Kentucky. I grew up about 60 miles west of Paducah, Kentucky, but I was in Missouri. Okay, I hear you. All right, got a thumbs up. Thank you. Ohio here. Okay, how we doing, Greg? Another thumbs up. Okay, appreciate it. Donald, I have a friend that spoke with you and purchased a book. Tell your friend thank you for the support. Definitely appreciate it. He went from 20 to 90. I will be making that purchase. Oh, so okay, there we go. Donald says his friend bought my book and went from 20 to 90. So Donald, thank you. But it goes back to what I was talking about earlier. People leaving comments saying my book is a scam. It's not an actual book. You're not going to get it. So you can see people in the comment section that got the book, read it, and went from 20 to 90% and only paid $30. Okay. So that's a heck of an investment in my mind. Some people get it, some people don't. So the people that don't get it, we can try it, but like my grandfather said, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Okay. Chris B, how we doing, Chris? I know the VA is backed up with the PACT Act, but when I called the VA for HLR, they said it passed the general time frame for it being looked at. Is there a time frame for HLR? Yes, Chris. You should know this, Chris. We've talked about it. 1 year from the date on the notification letter. In the book, Chris, I know you got it because I remember sending it to you. When you go through the book, I have a picture, the first page of what a notification looks like, notification letter looks like. So when you look at the one that came in the mail with your rating decision that you had a disagreement with, 1 year from the date on the letter from the notification letter, not the rating decision, the notification letter. Okay, 1 year, Chris. We know you're an honorable man. I really appreciate that. I just wanted to put that out there because a lot of people leave those comments. People don't respond. I didn't respond because I'm like, okay, like Cat Williams said, you always need haters. So I don't delete their comments unless they're hateful, rude, disrespectful, or discriminatory. I don't, unless they're one of those, then I'll delete it. But I leave them there because I want to see them. Like Cat Williams said, if you don't have haters, you're not doing your job. So I guess I'm doing my job because they hate, and I'm going to continue to educate every veteran that I come in contact with. Okay. Margot, Charleston, South Carolina. I am helping my husband with his claims, and watching your videos really help. Appreciate it, Margot. Thank you for the support to the channel. If you don't have the book, I left a comment. Make sure you scroll back up. I left a link in the comment section so you can go and purchase that book. Okay, Net Baker, appreciate it, Net, for all the support. Toby runs a lot. File IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, Gulf Vet, IBSM diagnosed, colonoscopy shows the Victor, is it the Victor diverticulitis and polyps, which remove. What are odds that Rader and CFP examiner would say IBS related to diverticulitis and polyps rather than Gulf War? Well, there's IBS. That's a question I can't answer, Toby. I'm not going to try to because you have hundreds of raters, you have hundreds of examiners. I can't say which each one will do. I will say this: a lot of raters, not a lot, but there are some raters and some examiners that are not advocates for vets. They don't believe in the system. In my opinion, they shouldn't be working there. Okay. They deny the vet sometimes. So one thing I can tell you, Toby, understand when you're claiming something, either whether it be under the PACT Act or Gulf War undiagnosed illness, where a lot of veterans do get service connected for IBS under. Okay. So what I mean by that, Toby, is if you went to the Gulf and you came back and you had IBS, the way you explain it, I had no issues before I went to the Gulf. I was exposed to toxins. I came back, started having a lot of IBS symptoms, and there's nothing else that I can relate it to. Okay. I think that's probably the best way to reasonably articulate it, the CMP exam. But taking that example I just gave you, you have to go through, because you can articulate what you're going through with IBS. Okay. But a lot of times what I've seen examiners looking for is, is it due to something else? Did you have it before you went to the Gulf? Nope. Didn't have issues upon return from the Gulf. Okay. Praying for our military. We all are, Gregory. Thank you. And veterans and healthcare workers, doctors, nurses, and secretary, families, and friends. Amen. Appreciate it. Thanks for pointing that out, Gregory. CMP on September 27th. Good luck, sir. Good luck. Now, we do offer a private Q&A. It is on our website. It's not a how-to on your claim, but some of the questions veterans ask in these private Q&As, Dwayne, I got denied for a condition that I was treated for in service. I had a CMP exam. The examiner gave me a negative opinion. What are my options? Now, I have a video out there, been denied, next steps, okay? But during that private Q&A, we can go over supplemental claim, okay? If you have it scanned on your computer, we can give you access, share your screen if we're doing it on Zoom, take a quick look at the CMP exam if you have it, or the paragraph that shows the denial, and then explain to you what your options are. Okay. But at the end of the day, we're not telling you what you should or shouldn't do. We're educating you so you can make the best informed decision on your claim. Okay. Jeff B, I'll take all the free education advice I can get. I know that's right. So we have veterans Facebook group. A lot of our videos, live streams, we post there. But I wanted to create a community where vets can come and ask each other questions. Okay, you know, I've had it for over 3 years. It is getting a little bit more traction. I see people posting questions because I have to prove it, and I see people answering those questions. Okay, join VA Service Connection. Look it up on Facebook. Now, you have to answer 4 questions. Okay, make sure you answer all 4 questions. If you don't answer all 4 questions, you won't be admitted. I'm not approving it. It's simple. Okay, 4 questions. Are you a veteran? Yes or no? What branch of service did you serve? I think one of the questions is, what are the, what is the bottleneck, or what is your main issue with the VA? Okay. And then the last one is, you understand the rules. You're going to be respectful. Okay. You're not going to come in the group. You're not going to bash other veterans. You're not going to talk about their service connections. You're not going to talk about, oh, I went to combat. Why did somebody only do 2, and they're 100% permanent total? I went to combat. I'm only getting 80%. Somebody only done 6 months. How did they get 100%? I didn't get 100%. They ought to be ashamed. I'm not even, if you do that, you're getting kicked from the group. Okay. But I wanted to create a platform where we could educate each other, because the VA is steady changing. Okay. And so if I don't see anything up front, then somebody else may saw it. We could come there and we could talk about it, and we can educate each other. And guess what? It's free. Okay. A lot of times veterans post stuff, and I tell them the way, you went through the process with your claim, somebody else may not have the same success. They road could be a little bit harder. Okay. But it's a place where we can come, ask questions, okay, get feedback, but we're going to be respectful. Okay. We're definitely going to be respectful. Had someone tell me, Dwayne, I was a VSO. You don't know what you're talking about, but you didn't rate. You didn't rate. You didn't rate not one claim. You didn't adjudicate one claim. You didn't facilitate one hearing. None of that. So don't tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. Got kicked from the group. Okay. And whoever they were following, they got kicked too. Okay. You're going to respect all vets. I don't look at if you went to combat. I don't care. You're a veteran. You serve. It doesn't matter. Okay. I've adjudicated claims where people were in less than a year and they're complaining this person 100%. Guess what? And that individual was a military sexual trauma survivor. I don't want to say victim, but a survivor. So what does that mean? Her command that probably got their 100% swept it under the rug for the female, and I've seen males. Okay. So I don't judge. If people say they deserve 100%, if we can educate them, so be it. Sorry I got off topic. I was thinking about people leaving those rude comments. Mr. Riggins, hey, I recognize the picture from the YouTube comments. I think I answered one either yesterday or today. So definitely thank you for the support. And I do remember I got a good memory. My wife tell me I don't have a good memory, so I don't know if that's selective hearing. But thank you for Terrence. Thank you for the support. Hey, Dwayne, those people are haters. It's an extreme. It's an extreme form of admiration. Thank you for your continued support and vet advocacy. Not a problem. I have a passion doing this. When I left the VA, I think it's been October, make it 5 years. Wow, it doesn't seem like it. How time flies. I want to make sure no one went through what I went through when I was a VA Raider. I felt that the VA turned their back on me. I've had somebody leave a comment, oh, well, your claim took so long because you refused the exam. And again, they missed the point of the YouTube video. And they never rated. I never talked to them personally about my claim. So again, I'm trying to give the people, veterans, the correct information. Thank you for the support, Terrence. I really appreciate it. Okay, Whit, for you, C file received. Nothing on the CD but VA CMP exams from 09 to 23. Would like your advice on how to approach a February 2023 rating decision from an earlier effective date. Whit, I don't know if you completed the FOIA/Privacy Act request and what box you checked. I actually have a video. I think it's going to come up this Thursday where I'm showing you that form and explaining to you the boxes to check and stuff like that. If you had subscribed, subscribe so you can look at the form. Just make sure you ask for everything, because if you ask for just your medical records or CMP exams, they may only send that. You want that entire file. See that right there? I don't have my CD. Here it is. It'll come on CD. So this vanilla envelope comes with a CD. Okay. This CD has all that information right there. I built that paper file myself. Everything that the VA sent me, I kept a copy of. Everything I sent to the VA, I kept a copy. Okay. You have to do that. You have to. Okay. Because to get this, it took them 11 months to send it to me. They're not going to give you an extension on that 12-month high-level review that you have to submit. Okay. Alan, you could have the book made nonprofit and then send it out to ever send you an email, and you could send them a copy. There's no sense charging U.S. vets that having a hard time. All right. So I'm going to take a minute on Alan Thomas' comment. And by that comment, I know Alan doesn't follow me. Alan, I do a lot of free events in the community. I gave away several free books. I've discounted books. I've had organizations to contact me. They said, Dwayne, I got a grant. I want to purchase X amount of number of books. Can we get free shipping? Not a problem. Okay. So if you're part of an organization and you have a grant and you want to purchase some books, fine. If you follow me, I've given free books away, Alan. Okay. I've given free training away. The training that I did last month, 532 people signed up. It was over a course of 4 days. The stuff that I talked about in that training, I talk about in the book. Okay. So again, I respect your service, respect you as a person, but we as veterans, we can't always think everything is free. Okay. I do a lot of free stuff. I'm doing it tonight. Okay. I've done free roundtables. All right. So you pick and choose. If you want to pay for it, fine. Hey, I get it. If not, maybe, follow me. And sometimes I give free codes where veterans can pick it up for free. All right. Greg, I've been trying for years to get certain benefits, but it's been a long fight, still fighting, and I am constantly getting turned away for benefits. Okay, Greg, I don't know which benefits you're talking about. I'm assuming you're talking about VA compensation. Okay. So what I'm going to say, Greg, is this. I have a series of videos on my not my website, but on my YouTube channel. If you go to my YouTube channel and do a search, step 1, VA claims process, step 2, step 3, step 4. Then I came back the following year and I did part 1, part 2, part 3. Watch those videos. You have to understand what you're claiming. Where does it fall under the 5 ways of service connection? Just as a quick caveat, if it doesn't fall under the 5 ways of service connection, they're going to deny that claim more than likely. Okay. So that's what my videos do, Greg. I'm trying to give you that information short to the point, but watch those videos. I think one year it's a series of 5, the other one's a series of 4 videos. Watch those, 15, 20 minutes each video, watch them again. I guarantee you it'll start to click. Okay. How long did it take to receive your claims file? Hey, thanks, 5-Star Logistics, because I was going to ask him a question and I forgot. Here it is. He said 6 months. Now, I'm jealous. It took him 11 months to get mine. So anybody that's asking how long it takes, there is no set time frame. I will tell you this: the VA, that is not a priority for the VA to get you this claims file on CD. It's not. Okay. When I worked at the regional office and they were doing it, copying it, a hard copy, and I think they were getting like anywhere between 3, 4, 5,000 pieces of mail daily. Guess how many people they had working in publications? I think it was like 5 or 6. And that's not including if somebody took off sick or somebody was on vacation. So have they dedicated resources to that? Probably not, because still people are saying it's taking months to get it. Okay. Daniela, thank you, Dwayne. Thank you, Dwayne, for all the information you provide. Thank you, Daniela, for the support, and you're welcome. I recently bought your book. Thank you for the support. So I am still reading. I now know to have a copy of a DBQ with me to ensure the CMP exam goes. There you go. Talked about it in the book. A lot of people were saying, Dwayne, my CMP exam was 5 minutes. I did a mock CMP exam with an associate that works for me, DJ. A lot of you have met DJ. He's been on here a couple of times. We did a mock video, Daniela, where I was the CMP examiner and he was the veteran. Go to our channel, check it out. Just put mock CMP exam and that video will come up. Okay. And we just did like a little an example session, if you will. Okay. You have to ask questions. You have to know what questions on that DBQ, because if they don't answer the questions and you get to the end of that CMP exam and they say, hey, is there anything else you want to add? Yeah, doc, you didn't ask me question 5Z. I got my DBQ here. I just want to make sure we all bases are covered. Okay. Should you have to do that? No. But a lot of the feedback that I'm getting from veterans and their CMP exams and the CMP exams that I went through, there's still some of these examiners are still a hot mess. Okay. So we got to educate each other so you can be prepared when you go in there. All right. You want to level that playing field. And the way you do that, you get educated. Okay. Don't be frustrated. Get educated. All right. So again, I am going to put the link to the book in the comment section. I'm also going to put the link to the last live Q&A that I'm going to do by Zoom, okay? That I'm going to do by Zoom, and it's an hour. And another thing, okay? So a lot of people saying, pay for this, pay for that. If anybody on here tonight that has ever been through one of my roundtables, that had ever been through a training session that I did, and I always say it's 1 hour. Besides the Q&A, when I first started doing these Q&As on YouTube, I was going an hour and a half, 2 hours, 2.5 hours, and I was just like, I was wearing myself down. If anybody ever went through any of my training, let the other vets know in the comment section how many times that you went through a training and it only lasted an hour. The last night of our virtual training, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, it was only 1 hour each night. Each night I went over a little bit. The last night I started at 7 p.m. I didn't get off. We didn't get off Zoom until 9:45, almost 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I stayed on until every veteran's question was answered. And guess what? The whole week it was free. Okay. So, Mr. Thomas, I know you said some things. You have to follow me to understand what I do. I have a passion for this. So, some of our services, yes, there is a fee, but there's other events that I've done in the past that we went well over an hour. Okay. GTO Express. Hey, how you doing, GTO? I do see your questions. I think I answered a question. YouTube comment, a question that you left either today or yesterday. You asked me a lot, so I recognize the your icon there. So definitely thank you for the support to the YouTube channel. I just got a second CMP exam today for my heart valve replacement and bypass. What are the ratings for that and hypertension? Lender, you waited too late to ask that question. Okay, so everybody get a pen and paper. Okay, because if you're service connected, you want to get this letter. I did a video within the last week or two, and I talked about this letter. People got it. They actually left a comment saying, "Hey, Dwayne, I did exactly what you said, and I got this letter," and they emailed it to me. So if you are service connected, you want to call the VA's call center at 800-827-1000. I'm going to put the number in the chat, in the comment, right? 800-827-1000. That's the number to the VA's National Call Center. Now, if you are service connected, when you call that number and they pick up, you want to ask them for a disability breakdown letter. Say it again, a disability breakdown letter to include the diagnostic codes. VA disability breakdown letter to include the diagnostic codes. So when you get that letter, you can go to the VA's website, search for that 4-digit diagnostic code. So for example, if it's for back strain, the diagnostic code is 5237. If it's for coronary artery disease, it's diagnostic code 7005. If it's for migraines, the diagnostic code is 8100. If it's TBI, it's 8045, I believe. Okay. Now, when you get there, it'll tell you why they granted you the percentage that you currently have. Also, it'll tell you the other criteria for the next higher percentages if you're not maxed out. Guess where else you can find that information? In your rating decision. Okay? So if you're going in for an increase or any service connection, you need to know that, because guess what? When you get to that CMP exam, if that doctor didn't ask you any of those questions or that criteria, that's what you need to be telling them what your symptoms are based on the criteria you feel you fall under. Okay? Simple as that. So again, 800-827-1000, the letter that you're asking for. This is only if you are service connected. It is a disability breakdown letter to include the diagnostic codes. Disability breakdown letter to include the diagnostic codes. Okay. Okay. So before I move on, you see my website scrolling below. We got 153 people. I don't have my glasses on, so I don't know if that 3 is an 8. You see the website down below? I stated earlier, we're no longer doing consultations. So if you just logged in, we're no longer doing consultations. We're going to do a weekly webinar where I'm going to be discussing and explaining the educational services that we provide. Okay. When you go to the website, scroll down at the bottom of any page, sign up for the newsletter, and we will send you updates showing the dates and times of those webinars. Okay. And those webinars are not Q&A sessions like this. Excuse me. You can ask me questions, but I'm only taking questions as it pertains to what we offer. Okay. We're going to go through what is VA compensation is one slide. Okay. And then we're going to get into some of the payouts, the different percentages, the payouts. And then we're going to get into the services that we provide and explain those. Okay. Okay. Yep. Sorry. Just answer that. I went to 2 CMP exams and have one more later this month. Have you looked up the diagnostic code criteria for that condition you're reporting for, Van Ryan? I had forgotten about mentioning my broken nose injury during my active duty time. Does this constitute as a TBI? It could. Okay. Um, you can explain it that way. I know some examiners, they ask, did you go unconscious? If they say no, oh, you didn't have a TBI. And I'm no medical doctor. Okay. So you know, I'm no medical doctor. But the question I have, and if anybody is a medical professional, when like the quarterback for the Miami Dolphins, Tonga Lua, I think it's if you're a Miami Dolphins fan, I know I probably screwed up his name, but the quarterback for the Miami Dolphins, he hit his head, he got up, and they said concussion. So if you're a medical professional, let me know, is a concussion the same as a TBI? Okay, because the reason why I say that is because if it is, he had like 2 concussions, so he had like 2 TBIs. He didn't go unconscious. Okay, so I don't know if that's a criteria, but again, I would say, you know, if you were hit in the head somehow, you know, you have to explain the symptoms you had following that, and I think that will constitute if it would define it as a TBI. Okay, I'm not a medical professional, so I don't know that criteria. So we got 160 people. Somebody let me know how many thumbs up how many likes we got. Okay, Kevin, thanks for the donation, Kevin. Really appreciate it. What is the latest time length on HLR? Good question. Currently 70%. I filed it on July 19th of 2023. Okay. I'm assuming, Kevin, you're saying that you file your HLR. Some are going really quick. Some are dragging. Okay. I've talked to some raters that I used to work with, and guess what? They're saying they're sitting at home, working from home, and they need work. And I'm like, how can you need work? And the veterans are like, it's taking 2 or 3 months. But guess what? That's not uncommon. When I was a rater, I would have to go to my supervisor. I am a supervisor. I'm like, hey, I need some work. I need some work. I need some work. And then they talk about the backlog. And I'm like, you know, what is going on here? It just doesn't make sense. So we've had some clients get an HLR. If they had an informal conference, they got a response. Some got a response a lot faster if they didn't have an informal conference. So those, what we've been seeing like 3 to 4 weeks, some with the informal conference around the same time, but sometimes a little bit longer. Now, don't take that as, you know, we're only talking a few out of millions. Okay. But what I've been hearing veterans say is not taking that long. Oh, here we go. Greg, I was wondering in connection to what you're saying about TBI. I've been trying to get a VA to diagnose me with TBI. Why do they refuse to? Man, Greg, the healthcare side, I wish I could answer that question. I don't know. The only thing, you know, you have the option of switching your primary care, or if you have private medical insurance, you can always go to your own doctor or your neurologist. And guess what? When you get that diagnosis, you can add it to My Healthy Vet. Okay. So if you file a claim for that, then the VA rater will be able to see those private medical records, and you can submit that diagnosis with your claim. All right. Can a well-written DBQ also serve as a nexus? 15, my own way, yes. We used to give training. Now, and I talked about this in my training in July. A lot of veterans don't know what goes into a nexus. A good Nexus is only one page. It consists of your name, the date, the diagnosis, the evidence that was reviewed, the medical opinion, the rationale, and the doctor's information. So if you look at a DBQ, right, on the last page, most DBQ, well, let me back up. On a DBQ, so just think about what I just said: Nexus, date, name, diagnosis, evidence review, medical opinion, and rationale, doctor's information. When you look at a DBQ, what's on that DBQ? The doctor has to put a date, they has to put your name, they have to check the diagnosis. The doctor has his information on there. And there's a section ask an examiner what evidence was reviewed. So the only thing that the DBQ doesn't have is the medical opinion and rationale. Guess what? 15 My Own Way. I've rated claims where private doctors put their medical opinion and rationale in the remarks section if there's room on that DBQ. So now you got the DBQ and Nexus wrapped up into one. Okay, you know how I know that? Because I adjudicated claims. So if you hear somebody else say it, ask them, hey, did you adjudicate claims? Oh, they don't do that, but they never adjudicated claim. Now, these raters today, I don't know if they're Gen X or Gen M or Gen O or whatever they're calling themselves, millennials, what. They're just requesting an exam for any and everything, regardless if you have a sufficient DBQ and Nexus. Let me retract that statement. The veterans that I've been talking to, a couple of years ago, it was only about 5% of VA employees still requesting exams if a veteran had a sufficient DBQ and Nexus. Now, it's just the opposite. It's about 95% of the VA employees are requesting CMP exams when veterans submit a sufficient DBQ and Nexus. So 15 My Own Way, make sure when you say well written, let's flip it and say you have an actionable and sufficient DBQ. And I got videos out there for you, okay? All right. Brianna. How we doing, Brianna? Kevin Trotter. I filed my HLR February 10th, 2023, and it came back duty to assist era May 9th, 2023. I'm going to do a video on this duty to assist era, but it's going to shock you, okay? A lot of people say, oh, duty to assist era. Don't always go in your favor. A duty to assist error could be they're trying to develop to deny your claim. That's all I'm going to say because I'm going to do a video on it and explain it. Okay. Tim, I'm behind Dwayne all the way. Thank you, sir. I really appreciate you saying that. I went from 10% to 90% in 1 year based off this free info he provides. Let's face it, some of you need help. You have to pay for this help. Thank you, Tim. For just saying that. I really appreciate that, okay? Because I tell people I have 350 videos. My training that I received as a rater, me going through this process and taking years, I'm downloading it and giving you the blueprint. I'm doing the heavy lifting going into the M21, the 38 CFR. So if you see a YouTube video of mine and I'm sharing my screen showing you the M21 or 526, I'm not 526, the 38 CFR, I've done the research. I am doing the heavy lifting, so you don't have to do it. You have to take the time and view these videos. This is your claim. What you put in is what you may get out. Okay? So if you're just going along watching, and I can tell when people actually watch their entire video by the questions they ask me. They'll ask me a question. I'm like, wait a minute. I know I talked about that in the video. And I'll go back and watch it. And I'm like, you got to go back and watch the entire video. Don't just watch the first 2 minutes and the video is only 9 minutes. And you say, oh, Dwayne, well, what about this? Go and watch the entire video. Trust me. Just take a video a day or video a week or whatever. Trust me. Thank you, Tim. Appreciate you for having my back. At Brianna. Okay. Sorry about that. Gene, what's going on? God bless you. In the publication of your book, I've encouraged every vet to obtain a copy and get educated. Appreciate the support. Gene has been a loyal supporter of mine for the last couple of years. Gene, just tell them about some of the events that you attended and what you thought about them, okay? And I think, Gene, you did get you did say you got the book. So again, people, the book is not a scam. There it is. It's a real book. Okay. It's a real book. Okay. It's a real book. People are telling you that they got it. So I'm not scamming and taking people money and then they don't get a book. Okay. That's not the case. All right. Sorry, Donald. Hi, Dwayne. My wife and I are both veterans and we have both filed VA claims recently. If we both are approved, will both of our ratings be with spouse or just one of us? Good question, Donald. You can add your wife to your award and get paid, and she can add you to her award and get paid as well, as long as you're 30% or higher. Okay. Thrifted, listed, sold. Okay, I want to make sure I got that right. Thank you for the donation. I really appreciate it. Chris, can I mention that I have had direct exposure to JP5, JP8 jet fuel on DBQ for sinusitis and allergic rhinitis? Yeah, you can. You can mention that. But I don't see if you're claiming it due to that. I haven't seen claim. I saw like a handful of people get service connected, but again, that's going to depend on that examiner. Okay. Okay. So we got 166 people. Hey, yo, someone let me know how many thumbs up I got. Yes, sir. I did join the club. Friday, I'll be on base with your door to the station to get my wife her ID card. All right. You're out there in Colorado. Huh? You're going to Buckley. Okay. So, yeah, congratulations, Robert. I couldn't remember. I remember, I don't know if it was last week, but I do remember you leaving a comment. So, again, thank you for the support. I really appreciate it and congratulations. I'm glad you didn't give up. Okay. TLS, Dwayne, thank you for your service. Thank you as well. And thank you for your service to our community. Definitely appreciate it. I bought the book, loved it. I did leave a review up. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So another comment of somebody purchasing the book and they actually got it. It's not a scam. Okay. Man, I can't believe that. But again, and where's the Cat Williams? We all need haters. All right. So keep those negative comments coming. Um, okay. How can I make a donation? A Rodriguez. Somebody let A Rodriguez. I think there should be a dollar sign like right below this. But somebody please explain. Let them know because I don't have the same screen that you all are looking at, but it should be like a dollar sign right below. So definitely, if you're able to, I definitely appreciate it. Chris B, super sticker, another donation. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Got mine in one day, Amazon. Okay. Great book, good info for veterans. It prepare you for your claims. Uh, this is the real deal, period. Thank you, GTO. Thank you. Okay. So you got his copy. Can you please? I would like to donate. Hey, somebody, because A Rodriguez, I don't have the same screen as you all do because I'm streaming it live from a different third party platform. So if somebody could leave instructions for A Rodriguez in the comment section, I really appreciate it. TLS, my question: can the VA use the incorrect regulation with adjudicating the claim? Yes, but I'm gonna answer that. I'm gonna answer it a different way. I'm a Gulf War veteran and claimed a I haven't seen this in a while. What is that? Multi unexplained chronic medical issue, something like that. But MUCMI TLS. You took me back with that one. Okay, the VA used 38 CFR 3.307 to adjudicate this condition. Okay, now for every 38 CFR M21 that's out there that they use to deny you, I would say 75% of the time, you could find another 38 CFR M21 or even a court case that they could have used to grant the benefit. I've seen it. I've seen it. Okay. And you know how? I remember one time when I rated and the quality department pulled a rating. And I think I had denied the claim for something. And the QRT team came back and said, hey, Dwayne, look at these regulations here because you can actually use them to grant the benefit. So I was a young raider at the time. And so I went and I looked, I was like, oh man, cool. So I made, some notes and I was able to grant the veteran a benefit. And guess what? It still goes on today. Okay. Now, I hated denying, trust me, but I've actually granted more claims that I actually denied. So again, for every 38 CFR TLS, I could probably look at it like, yep, they denied it for this reason on the 38 CFR 3.307. I guarantee I could find another 38 CFR, more than likely, maybe 75% chance where they could have actually granted it. Okay. I believe they should have used 38 CFR 3.317. Who can tell me what is 38 CFR 3.317? I'm starting to think TLS, you might be a raider yourself, or I don't want to say a VSR, but for you 30s, I know what's on the 38 CFR 3.317. If you look at his previous question, multi unexplained, but it has to do with Gulf War. Okay. So I can tell you this person is educated because I don't want to say he, but they threw 38 CFRs at me. The other one, 3.307, I don't know right off the top of my head, but it's 3.317. I do. I'm waiting to know if this was incorrect regulation so I can file an appeal. Wow, that's awesome. I would have to see exactly, especially if you had a CMP exam, if the doctor said no. Okay. But another thing I want to point out is I did a YouTube video where we did a rating decision review. Okay. And you all should look at this video. And I can't think of the name of it, but it was something about deny or verbiage, disturbing verbiage or deny. Put that go to my YouTube channel, put that in the search bar. We looked at a veteran's rating decision. They put several M21 manual references bagging up their denial. And for whatever reason, I looked these M21 references up. Okay. So I've done training, and Mr. Thomas, Alan Thomas, if you're still on, it was free, where I showed veterans how to do research on the M21 manual reference, right? So I went to the M21 manual reference, and guess what? Those M21 manual references that they used to justify the denial were outdated. And the veteran didn't even know it, but he knew it once we did our report and pointed it out to him. I think it was him or her. I can't remember. That was an argument for the high-level review. So TLS, I don't know exactly why they denied it, if you had a CMP exam or not, but you're on the right track. Okay. Good job with that. Let's get those thumbs up. Okay. Yeah. How many we got? Hey, big curve. Thank you for the donation, Robert. Really appreciate it. Is submitting 3 Nexus letters from 3 different sources on one claim overkill? Nope. What about the DBQ? And also, do you know if those Nexuses are actionable and sufficient? Okay. Go Army. Yep, there it is. Let's show our support. Thumbs up. Okay, wait a minute. We only got 36, 21, and I'm running about 3 or 4 minutes behind. Okay. 4 likes. That's it. Big curve. If a veteran still has osteoarthritis in the right knee after 2 surgeries, if it's service connected, should that knee still be rated at 50% or lower? Big curve. It's based on the range of motion. If you're 10%, they gave it to you for pain and possibly reduced range of motion. To get an increase, you're going to need more reduced range of motion. Now, if you have a knee replacement, then that's different. If you're 10%, you have a knee replacement, you go to 100, you get temporary convalescence. Then at the end of the convalescence, they drop you back down to 30%. Okay. So I am going to put a link to the book, if you don't have it, in the comment section. Traveling Terry, I just learned if you go to a medical appointment, take a copy of the beneficiary travel reimbursement form for doctor's excuse form. No VA number. Okay. Let's see. To provide that you actually attended the community care appointment and want to be reimbursed for your fuel costs to travel there. You attach this to your claim using Access VA. Hey, Travis Terry, hope all is well. I don't know if you're still up north there, but definitely safe travels for you and your wife. Now, also, and this is something I found out a couple of years ago. So when I got paid for travel, I was like, wait a minute, it went down from previously. And they said, hey, we just built an outpatient clinic 8 miles from your house. So we're not going to pay you from where you started to your actual appointment was. We're going to pay you the shortest distance to the outpatient clinic that's closest to your house, even though you didn't have an appointment there. Okay. So I just learned that the hard way. Okay. Toby, thank you. Hey, thanks for the donation. Toby, definitely appreciate it. Anthony Rivers, VA Claim Success book is fire. Okay. Again, people, this is not a scam. People are telling you they got the book. Okay. Woo, I tell you. But I'm not going to focus on that because I need the haters. So I know I'm doing something. Admiration, right? As Terrence said. Make sure you like and share, guys. Yep. And a lot of times, people, if you're in a Facebook group, share a video if the admin allows you to do that. Okay. Share a link. You can get a share a link under each video. You like it? Share it with other vets. It's free. Okay. I'm okay with that. Oh, already did that. Are you going to am I going to disguise your book? I'm not understanding. Oh, digitize. I'm saying disguise. I'm sorry. Digitize your book. We had plans to, but not here in the near future. When I do put it on Amazon as an ebook, I definitely will be doing post um, on YouTube and other platforms, on our other social media platforms, digitized. And I need to start wearing my glasses. I got my glasses right here, and I don't have them on because it is blurry. Okay, but I should. I'm in denial. Wayne Key, can you receive TDIU and schedule 100%? Yes. They used to, when I first started rating, if a veteran was TDIU and they came in for another claim and they went to 100% permanent total, we would discontinue the IU because 100% permanent total is a greater benefit. Right before I left, the training was do not discontinue. They run concurrently, but you're not going to get any additional money separately from IU and 100%. Do you have any knowledge of VA Form 21-6796? VA is telling me they can't find the form in my file. I would have to look that form up. I don't know it right off the top of my head, Teddy Woodson. I'm sorry. Okay, so we are at where were we? Okay, we're at an hour, a little over an hour, about 8 minutes over. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. See, Terry said, let's see, Dwayne, if people make hateful comments to you, then they are just mentally challenged and sick and have an illness just like diabetes or high blood pressure. Let it go. I will, but Terry, I just had to address it. I've been getting hate comments for the last 4.5 years. But when people, they just, and it's the same people, but and actually, and I'll just say this because I think I've said it before, Terry has met me in person at least 3 or 4 times. We've had lunch together a couple of times, and Terry actually came to a free event that I had. Okay. I think Terry was the first one to get the book. Okay. We had lunch, signed it for him. So Terry knows I'm a real person. He actually saw me, he could pinch me, live. Okay. All right. But yeah, thanks for the feedback, Terry. So after the night, I won't bring it up anymore because I still need those hateful comments because I need haters. I need haters. I need them. I need them. But still continue to give the other good comments. Okay. So we're going to wrap it up and we'll go through, give a shout out to the donations. Gene, thanks again. He states, you have inspired me to assist other vets with your published book. The book works. Get educated vets. God bless you, Dwayne. Thank you, Gene, for all the support. Let's see if we got any other donations here. S. Hobson, I have started a claim to increase rating for my back. Can I claim depression secondary for that at the same time? Yes, you can. But again, Hobson, what is the diagnostic code criteria? Somebody leave in the comment section how you get that letter. You go to the VA's website, get the diagnostic code. Make sure you understand the criteria for the increase. Okay. Let's see. Do we got any other donations? I left several comments. Somebody says, what is MST? Military sexual trauma. It doesn't mean that the individual was raped, but under military sexual trauma, you got sexual assault, you have sexual harassment, and other things. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. I just want to make sure I give a shout out to everybody. That guy, hey, that guy, thank you for the donation. I really appreciate it. I want to donate 35 for a vet who can't afford your book. Got it. Got it. So I'll make sure I'll get that book to someone. Mr. Thomas, if you're still on, get in contact with me. If you couldn't afford the book, that guy just bought you one, and I'll ship it to you. Free shipping. It'll be free. I just need to know your information. Okay. So that guy, I really appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Fizenthorpe. Okay. Currently service connected for tinnitus, PTSD, sinusitis/rhinitis. I've had headaches for years, but never reported them. Just laid down in a dark room and took over-the-counter meds. Been retired 6 years now. Is it too late to submit for migraines? No. But under the 5 ways of service connection, how are you claiming it? I've seen veterans get service connected for migraine secondary to tinnitus. Okay. Donald Allen, super sticker. Thank you, sir, for the support. Chris, thank you as always. HLR file, June 8 call, Vieira, and they said last time VA touched it was 6:20. They said it passed general time frame to be looked at. Is there a time frame for an HLR to be complete? No, there's no time frame. No time frame at all. Man, we had a lot of people in here. Okay. 15, my own way. Thanks again for the donation. Really appreciate it. Ned Baker Dwayne is not a joke. Everything he states is true. His book is an easy read. I backed him 100%. Thank you, Ned, for that comment and all the support. Somebody says only 79 thumbs up. That was at 7:57. Okay, and with 8:12, and we went over an hour. Go figure, right? Joseph Everett says, I don't see the donation button. It's right underneath. It should be underneath the live stream there, Joseph. But we got to make sure we put that on the cracker. He knows what I'm talking about. He's from Louisiana. All right, 94 thumbs up. Still got 153 people. Okay, 97 thumbs up. Okay. All right, we got to break 100. Okay, there we go. All right, so we got 109. All right. So again, oh, wait a minute. We got more donations here. Crayons. Would you say a DBQ is heavily reliant on a history of treatment? Yes and no. And I'm going to explain here in a minute. Let's say the DBQ is perfectly written. What does that mean? Is it actionable and sufficient? But in the instance, the veteran was only seen once by a private physician. All right. So I'm glad you asked that question. Give me a couple other minutes. People, I'm sorry I went over 14 minutes. Think about this. When you go to that CMP exam, you're only seeing that examiner one time, and they are not your treating physician. So you got to ask the question, why does the VA on the public DBQs ask the question to the private examiner, is a veteran currently being seen in your clinic? And I think it's asked that on the internal DBQs. But you're only going to see an air examiner one time. So why do you have to see an examiner multiple times? Okay. But that's where having this comes into play, Crayons, because now the private doctor is just seeing you one time. They have access to the same information that the VA's doctor that's only going to see you one time. You just level the playing field. Now, with that being said, there are, like I stated earlier, 75, 95% of VA employees refusing to use those DBQs, even though they can. And veterans are refusing them. I even said in one of my videos, I think I just did one last week. VA ready to refuse the CMP exam. Told you how I did it and why. Okay. All right. I think that's it for the donations. Okay. So we got 141 thumbs up. There we go. Okay. So we stopped at 147. Okay. All right. So I know I went over a little bit. I do apologize. I'm going to keep these to an hour. I would suggest if you can attend or you're going to come in late, we normally post the event either, I think, 2 days early. Okay. So it should have went up maybe Monday or maybe yesterday. Subscribe to the channel. So when you get that notification, put your question in the comment section as soon as it goes live. I mean, yeah, as soon as it goes live, not tonight live, but as soon as we post it. Another gentleman went by the name of Snowman. He hasn't been on in a while, but he would come on and say, "Hey, Dwayne, here are my questions. I'm at work. I won't be able to attend. Can you answer my questions? And I'll come back and watch the video later." And he was the first question. Okay. So just definitely keep that in mind. Okay. Freddie says, you passed me up. I didn't get to everybody's question. Okay. It only goes an hour. I'm 16 minutes over. Okay. Make sure you post your question early. Now, I put the link and I'll put it again. I saw somebody sign up for my roundtable, and it's going to be a Q&A. I'm going to try to keep it to an hour. Okay. You can go there and sign up, and I'm doing it live by Zoom. I just put the link in there. You can sign up. Okay. I will continue to do these. I may throw one in, maybe like a lunch and learn or something. But for right now, it's only the first Wednesday of every month. Okay. So again, I'll conclude with this. No more consultations. We're not doing those anymore. If you already have a consultation scheduled through this month and the first week of October, I'm still honoring those. Okay. But after that, you can't even go to our website and sign up. We're going to be offering a free webinar weekly where I'm going to be explaining to you what it is we do. It's not a Q&A like here. Okay. The only time I'm doing a Q&A free is the first Wednesday of every month. Okay. So when you sign up for the webinar and you want to know what we do, it's going to be basically the consultation. I'm going to be talking about what we do. All right. Now, if you need a DBQ and Nexus and you opt into a customized educational packet, which is on our website, you can go there right there, kmd89.com, and you have your VA claims file on a CD, and you opt into the customized educational packet, you will get access to a medical or mental health professional. Their business and fees are separate, where they can do a DBQ for you. Okay. Now, if it's some DBQs have to be in person, if you're not close to their office, they won't be able to do it. There are some that they can do virtually, but at least one that I know right off the top of my head, ankles, knees, hips, back, neck, shoulders, elbows, and wrists have to be done in person. Okay. There's other DBQs that have to be done in person. Okay. All right. All right. So, okay, Terrence, I'll go ahead, make this the last question. One last question. If you have time with the burn pit and other toxic exposure conditions are now presumptive, what exactly is considered the airspace above any of these locations? Good question. So, airspace, and to give you the textbook answer, I would have to go to the M21 manual reference. Okay. But because I know it's in there. Okay, I know it's in there because I've seen it. I might do a video on that too. Terrence, good question. So just right off the top of my head, I would assume that, right above the location, like Iraq, all of Iraq. But go to the M21 reference and just type in airspace and see what comes up and see if they give you a more detailed answer. I don't want to expand on it. I don't want to give the correct answer without looking in the M21. But Terrence, man, that's a good question. Good question. Okay. So, hey, with that being said, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification button. Don't forget to share this video with other veterans. And if you are part of a Facebook group and you're allowed to share these videos, they're free. Please share, but check with the admin of that group because I know a lot of admins don't allow it. But again, it's free. You can watch it at your own leisure. All right. So, hope everyone had a good weekend, safe, have an upcoming good weekend, and make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and be on the lookout for more videos. And join me next month on the first Wednesday for another live Q&A. Thank you.